All right, guys, real quick, before we get into today's episode, I want to make a huge announcement. Next week, I'm going to be in Montreal, Canada for Eurocracy. I'm going to be the judge at Eurocracy this year, which is super exciting. That is at iCar Experience in Mirabel, just outside Montreal. We're leaving just in another week for that. And then immediately flying straight to Finland for the Creme de la Creme show, Fitted Fest, on August 19th. In Lahti. The travel this summer has been so crazy, but I'm so excited to bring you guys along to both Montreal, Canada, and to Finland. This is my first trip to Finland. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see the Creme de la Creme guys again. We just saw them in Poland at Alltrace, where I was also a judge. I've also handmade another award for the Finland show, an all-acrylic award for the Ludwig's Garage Governors Club show favorite, so I'm excited to bring this. I really hope to see some of you guys in Canada at Eurocracy and also in Finland at Fitted Fest. Now let's get into today's episode. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit different. I think we're gonna tackle pressure washing the driveway. Not the whole driveway, but at least the pad out here in front of the shop. It's something that I've been kind of putting off since I moved here to Chattanooga. I'm just renting this house, well, shop house. When you're renting a place, you kind of sometimes you don't go to the wall as far as the amount of stuff that you do to make it your own, because it's not really your own. I mean, I painted the walls, we put a bunch of stuff up, put a lift in. I've done a lot here to be able to work out of this shop. And pressure washing the driveway wasn't really at the top of the list. There's so many other things to do here in the shop and so many other projects to get started on. But I decided to pick the hottest week of the year. It's in the high 90s all week, and try to get this done before the sun creeps over to the other side of the shop and start blasting down on the driveway, which probably only have about 2 more hours before that happens. So with a whole bunch of stuff on today, I'm gonna try to multitask, but get this filmed while I do it. Now, upon stepping outside, you can see already how bad it is. My friend Andy, who owns this place, had something sitting right here for a long time, and you can see just the mildew and darkness around where the water falls. From the eaves up top, you can see where all the mildew is, and you can see how easily it gets pulled up. You know, when I've turned around here with the truck, you can see that just a tire mark pulls a lot of it up. Kind of slopes down right here. This is the most treacherous part of it. This here is actually like ice when it's wet. It is super slick. I think what I'm gonna do in this episode is work on from the front of the shop to this seam. Got to pull some of this grass out, but go to this seam possibly and at least get the square up here in front of the shop done. The driveway definitely needs it, but it's long and steep, and I don't have hose enough to make it that far. So I think that would be a job for someone who does mobile pressure washing. If this turns out as good as I'm hoping it does, I'll want to get the rest of the driveway done for sure. But I'd have to move my enclosed trailer, since even that just sitting here for the summer has created a lot more darkness and buildup underneath the trailer. So we'll pull that away too. I'm not a pressure washer by trade. I just so happen to have one, and I'm gonna do my best to do it with no chemicals. I do have some of the Zep industrial concrete concentrate cleaner, but I'd really rather not use that. I'd rather just pressure wash it and see how it goes with just using water. All right, so what I've got for tools in today's video is your standard Ryobi electric pressure washer and the 12-inch floor attachment. And I bought these as soon as I moved to Chattanooga. I bought the pressure washer, obviously, to wash the cars, which is hilarious because, as most of you guys know, the majority of the cars in the stable don't normally get washed. But every now and then I'll have a car like the Porsche, and when I moved to Chattanooga, I had the Toyota Century, the long wheelbase Century. So that was 20 feet of black car that I constantly had to wash. So I bought the Ryobi, the 2000 PSI electric pressure washer at Home Depot. These are like $250 or something, between $250 and $300. The floor scrubber, I mean, only being like $40 to $50. I don't use that every day or every week. Regardless, I think it's gonna look better than it does right now. right, so I just started in the upper corner, right by the man door of the shop here. Andy had a CRX parked right here, half on the stone, half on the pavement for years. And in between the car and the wall, this just got moisture and no sun and just mildewed up. And it's obvious an aggressive change just by making a couple passes with that floor scrubber. But the other thing that's obvious is it's going to take me forever to just do this top pad part with just the 12-inch surface cleaner. I only have about another hour and a half until the sun makes its way into this part of the driveway, and I'm already sweating to death with how hot and humid it already is. So I'm gonna press on with this. I'll time lapse working in this section. You can see how dark it is over here too. And I'm sure with a surface cleaner, like an actual chemical cleaner like that Zepp I have inside, it'd probably get in the pores of the concrete and even work better. So for me, I'm just trying to clean this place up. No chemicals, just using some water and some cheap attachments that I have, and we'll see how well it does on the whole pad. This might be a 2-day effort with how hot it's gonna be the next 2 days, including today. Alright guys, so I ended up out here in the sun. I wanted to give you guys an update on how it's looking so far. I mean, even over here is just a defined line. Bone dry, this is where I started. This over here is going to be the most rewarding up in here, the most aggressive change, because it gets real dark and moldy up in here. This whole corner and this hill right here. I mean, look at that. Look at the difference, guys. It doesn't even look like my driveway anymore. Still have more to do out here, but that's going to involve moving the trailer. So I might tackle that tomorrow. It's getting dusk now, which is great. A little bit overcast because with the heat today, less sun, the better while you're out here. All right, guys, next morning. Last night at about dusk, had an issue and the spindle in the 12-inch Ryobi snapped off. Now I was trying to tighten it up a little bit because it seemed like I had a ton of play. I was experiencing some issues with that thing not spinning for quite a while. And to be honest, I hadn't watched or read any reviews on that previous to last night when that thing broke. Turns out that thing is complete garbage. Unless you've got maybe just a small walkway to do, I probably wouldn't recommend buying the $40 floor surface cleaner like I did. So first thing this morning, I went back to Home Depot to basically purchase another one since they had a bunch in stock. But after watching some reviews and hearing about how awful that thing was, I decided to upgrade. And my local Home Depot just so happened to have the 31 PSI 12-inch surface cleaner with wheels. And already that sells me because dragging that thing with like the bristled skirt all over that porous concrete out there was a nightmare with how much square footage I have. And I haven't measured yet. We'll get a square footage for you guys by the end of this episode. But I heard a lot of good reviews about this one just from people who've used that $40 one and this $100 one. I think this used to be like 80 bucks, but this was $99 at my local Home Depot here in Tennessee. So we're gonna open this up. We're gonna get right to work because it's another hot day today, mid to high 90s today. And so that sun is gonna creep up here pretty fast. So let's get that new surface cleaner on the pressure washer and we'll get right back to work. Need to plug that pressure washer because that thing's been running nonstop all day yesterday. And so far it's killing it. So that $250 pressure washer made by Ryobi is a great machine. All right, so basically comes right out of the box, ready to go. Just got to press the casters in. No hardware or tools needed. And also comes with a little nozzle cleaning tip. And already by looking at the back side of this, that is already far more heavy duty than that $40 one that's plastic. This one's metal. Spindle looks better. That brass T-fitting, I think this might have been the move all along. And these casters are going to slide across that porous concrete far better than dragging that other one. I'm expecting to have a better review of this than the other one. All right, guys, we're ready to go with the new surface cleaner. Already, I'm loving it. Wheels are definitely the move. All right, guys, we are done. At least the space that I wanted to get cleared is done. And it's been a brutal couple of days. It's been hot. Even as the sun goes down right now, it's still high 80s with the Tennessee humidity. So it's, I chose the worst 2 days to do this, but I'm so glad it's done. And I know if you guys pressure wash concrete, you'll probably know that if you used a proper concrete cleaner or chemicals, you'd probably get a lot of this staining out. But it is day and night difference to where I didn't pressure wash. It's literally a day and night difference. In closing, one, super stoked I finally got this done. Two, my friend Andy, who owns this place, should be very stoked. Definitely pick up the wheeled Ryobi surface cleaner over the $40 one that doesn't have wheels. This thing here was definitely worth the money. So think about that. I probably have about $350 invested in that floor surface cleaner and the pressure washer itself. And I'll tell you, that pressure washer, I ran that thing nonstop for hours. I mean, probably 8 hours worth of nonstop running between yesterday and today. So all in all, this is a little over 1,500 square feet. I just measured it. Sorry for no car content in this episode, guys, but super stoked to finally get this done. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in Montreal, Canada for Urocracy coming up next week, and then immediately headed to Finland from there, which is so crazy. First time to Finland for the Creme de la Creme show. So if you're in Northern Europe or you're from Finland, I hope to see you at the Fitted Fest show on August 19th. Also, in the video's description below is a link to the podcast YouTube channel, which I decided to separate from this channel. But you can stream the audio version on Spotify, iTunes, wherever podcasts are streamed. You can find it there, Ludwig's Podcast. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next episode.